Okay, so hi, welcome to the Sunday night chat. My weekend in Brighton is 2 weeks away, and it's pretty full actually. So if you want to come, you need to let me know. Hi, Paul. Hi, Kurt. Oh, happy birthday. So yeah, if you're gonna come, you need to let me know because it's pretty much full. Hi, Claudia. And in other things, underneath there are some links. If you want a private call with me, you can contact me there. Talks events. Hi, Joe. Book update. Julie and I were speaking today, and it's probably going to be New Year now, but we're kind of really on it. We're nearly there. Takes so much time. And what else? Other things. Don't remember what. Okay. So I'm going to say something first, and after that, you are free to ask questions. If I'm rambling, ask questions anyway. Hi, Alexandra. Hi, Keel. It's like everyone's looking for the answer to life, and what I'm speaking about is called non-duality, but it's not non-duality. It's a title because there's no other title for it, but it's not non-duality. It's just this life. It's the thing. What is here is the thing that everybody's looking for. But somehow we've been conditioned to think that it's something else. And also being conditioned, or whatever, life appearing as that what is looking for it is a somebody. That this sense of needing to find home is a somebody. And the whole appearance is colluded to agree upon that it is somebody. And that somebody is called me. And so we come to non-duality, looking for in the subject to find an answer, as if there's an answer there. But what this points to is that it's already everything. That what is being looked for is already here. Such an irony. Hi, Donnie. Where's the visual? Can you not see me? I think I can see there that I'm on. Get rid of that. Don't look at that. So what I'm speaking about is not a subject. It's not something that can be learned or taught or felt or known. It's just it's just this life. This is what we're looking for. This is what you're looking for. And the quandary is that what is looking for it wants to know what it is, wants to know that it's found it. But it's the end of finding. It's the end of this appearance of something which is looking. And the something that is looking is there, it's there, but it isn't who you are, and it's not the thing that will find it. it'll be seen that it's already found, it was already everything, and the looking for it goes away. And it seemed that the looking for it wasn't really real. It was just this incessant searching. And in this appearance, it's amazing how all these religions and spiritual teachings have given this focus of something to find. And it's never ending, that searching. Even in, self-improvement, there's a searching for the ultimate self, or all this stuff. And it was here all along, just sitting on a seat, talking, the life, the normal life, with all its stuff. The only difference is as though looking for something anymore. The human is no longer troubled by that. And that's the freedom. The freedom is the no longer looking. And life is just in a total flow. And within that flow, there is flux and change in the appearance. And all of it is okay. Even when it's not okay, it's just able to just be there without anything, without any seeker there going, I need to get rid of this feeling. I need to get rid of this situation. And when I become free, I will no longer ever have these situations, which is not true. Because the human, like any other species, is subject to the environment. Hi, Josie. The human is subject to the appearance. Not everything is going to be how the human wants it to be. But that's okay. It's okay for it to be like that. There's nothing no longer judging it. That I'm right or I'm wrong, or if I'd only had done this and only I'd done that, and if I do this, if I sit still long enough, it will change. I will change. I will stop seeking. I will become free. When the I appearing already is the freedom, but from that perspective, it's not free. And what is spoken about here is pointing to the illusion that that seeking energy is not who you are. There is no you as a person. There is only the freedom of the human that is living. And what that is a complete mystery. There's nothing here that has any idea about what this is. Don't know anything. But it's free to be what it is. And everything is free to be as it is. There's the freedom. It's not personal. There's no I that knows what freedom is. Hi, Sana. So this is not a subject. If it's a subject, it becomes dry and boring and debatable. It can become all those things. I see non-duality arguments on Facebook sometimes. I will. And it can't be debated. Then it becomes a subject. When there is no subject, there is no object that we're speaking of. Only simply the pointing to the illusion that I am not complete. And that I am here, the feeling I am here, is an appearance. It has no ground, to it, can't find it. You only find it because it's a contracted sense. The contracted sense says, yes, I'm here. But it's saying I am here. It is feeling I am here. But there is no I here. There's no eyes anywhere. Not real eyes. Not souls that are born and who die and go on into an afterlife. Because that sense of self can suddenly not be there. And then it's seen that it's not real. It's been a lie all these years. It was an out and out fake. One big story. My story in my life. It really suffers in that story. My life. I'm not good enough. That's the main story. I'm not good enough. Good enough for what? Can never find the good enough. Can never find the I. These are all illusory dreams of the self. With a big S and a small s. Same thing. A dream. The dream of me. And I hear it more and more, you know, I speak to people where this sense of self is no longer there. The realization is just, oh my God, it was just never real. It was never who I was. I wasn't really anybody. It was just what was happening. Just what's happening. What you're looking for is just what's happening. This, here, this is all there is. This is all there'll ever be. It'll never be anything else. The story of completion will never come true because it's a story that's projected into the idea of there's time. And that time never arrives. Excuse me. And this subject, that is not a subject. Here is the most amazing thing. It's the most beautiful thing because it's the mystery of life. It's the mystery of what we're looking for. It's revealed that it was never really anything. It wasn't anything at all. Nothing that is the idea of what's projected. When that happens, when that change happens, you'll see that all those grand illusions of enlightenment and freedom and completion totally evaporate along with the dream. The whole thing was a dream. And the meaning of life becomes apparent, that there was no meaning for anybody. But what is left is this. And this cannot be pinned down. This cannot be named. Names become part of it. Another object in it. And all those teachings and spiritual teachings, they're all objects. when the entirety of life is everything, which is empty of anybody and a mystery to what it is. And the mystery is sufficient. The mystery of it is the most sumptuous, wonderful conundrum. But the seeking of the mystery is no longer there. The mystery just be in total flow. And sure, it can have an effect on the mechanism, but that doesn't mean anything. It just has an effect. But people look towards that effect. They think, well, I don't want to be neurotic anymore. I want to be this free person. But that's not the case. There is no free person anymore. It's just what's happening. The person, the idea of the person, the concept of the person would never want that, because it's total chaos as far as that me would be concerned. Utter chaos, because you can't pin anything down any longer. Nothing is touchable. There's no longer any subject. So when that appearance of a self is starting to fall away, there can be an absolute horror of it, because it's absolute free fall. There's nothing to hold on to. So sure, it can affect the human in many ways. This human was affected in many ways. But there was nothing gained from that. Nobody got anything from that. But living without the seeking becomes suffering free. That suffering is no longer there. Hi, Cara. Anyway, if you have any questions or comments, please do put them in the chat box. I have a heater now. Life of luxury. Cara, how do we stop claiming just by seeing it? There's no real answer to that, because self is the appearance of claiming me and my life. And the one that wants to stop claiming it is the one that's doing it. All that can be really done, nothing can be done. The me can't do anything, but the human can listen to this message, or even not listen to the message. It can just be kind of something there. There's something that hears the message, and that sometimes that hearing it can be very profound and very strong, and that has the possibility of the undoing of that claiming energy just by seeing it. It's never the one that wants to see it that sees it. The seeing of it is just there. It doesn't belong to anybody. The seeing of it is just there. And that can happen. But it's a very different kind of seeing than personal seeing. There's no understanding in that seeing. It's just obvious, like day and night, just obvious. That's how it's seen. It's not seen by me. It's just seen without thought or without anything, just obvious. Like hearing these words are obvious. You don't have to have someone listening to the words. The words are heard before the idea of somebody listening to them is there. It's kind of like that. The hearing of the words, which can be really clear. The words can be really clear, but it's not the words really. It's something else. It's just they're pointing to something obvious, and it's that's kind of it's heard underneath the words. And there's something there that kind of knows it. And it's it knows it because it is it. It's like pulling the wool away from the eyes. And the mind just keeps trying to intervene personally. Yeah, because there can be the hearing of the words and the sense of yes. That's the best word I can describe as a sense of yes. And then the sense of self will be there saying, well, I can't understand that. And what is that? And I want to know that. I need to get a hold of it, a perspective. I need to claim it for myself. That is kind of the wool being pulled back over the eyes, as it were. Yeah, well, it's not so much the mind intervenes, it's more like that contracted sense of self, which thinks itself to be alive, that intervenes. It's there all the time, poking and prodding and making a story of everything. So if there is a kind of a yes there, the sense of self will jump up and claim it. And then there'll be the sense, well, now I've lost it. Well, no, nothing was ever lost. All that's there is the intervening contracted self. And when that's not there, it's really clear that nothing was ever lost. Nobody ever left home. There was just this illusory intervention. Illusory intervention. Something got identified, called itself me. Kind of a misconception, isn't it? It's kind of a misunderstanding. So we relax till it drops. Well, you might as well. You might as well just go on trying to enjoy your life. Because there's nothing that can be done by the contracted self. There's nothing that it can do. All it can do is run around in chaos, trying to get it frantically, trying to get it. And it will never get it. All it can do is run towards. Even if it's running into its imaginary past, it's still running. It's still running, always running. Hi, Nina. Like your picture. Is that Pussy Noo? It literally runs around like a headless chicken, doesn't it? It runs around, not knowing what it's doing, where it's going, just always looking, always looking. When it gets something temporarily, it never lasts. Then off it goes again. Like a crazy thing. But that isn't a me. You could almost say it's psychosomatic, kind of contracted sense of something, but it's not a person. And it says things like, I talk to people and say, well, I'm not really there yet. Oh no, I will never be there because it's already here. There is no there. I'll never be there, here, out here somewhere, in this thing called freedom. Paul, that's how I feel. That's how I feel. If I just learn to relax more, it might just happen. It's futile, yes. Resistance is futile. Hi, M. Relaxing is futile. You will be assimilated. If not now, then in physical death. Oh, Maddie, okay. I was thinking that's mysterious. An M and a question mark. I love the Borg in Star Trek. They're the most horrific enemy because if you imagine them, they just want to take the sense of self and take it into the collective so it no longer exists. At least the Borg had one mind. Yeah. Yeah. That's why they're horrific. The sense of self is horrified by not existing. Not unbeknown to it, it doesn't exist at all. It just appears. It doesn't exist in time. That's the illusion. That's the whole construct it's made up for itself. And it's all colluded with by the rest of the appearance of the world. We're told all the time to be a better me and a better person. We can succeed and we can get to this final goal where we've made it. Nobody makes it because it all ends one way or another for the me. Whether in physical life or physical death, it all ends one way or another. Caputo. So it never got anywhere and it'll never get anywhere. Its annihilation is guaranteed. Sorry. But it never lived to begin with. It's a farce of a life. Alexandra, in liberation, there is no more heaviness in the body-mind. Heaviness, not as a continuum, no. No, there can be like times when something happens, there's a sadness, but nothing sticks. Nothing sticks. It's just next, next, next. It's just one thing after another. Nothing really stays. It's just whatever's happening. And I know you hear that a lot. It's whatever's happening. But it really is. The freedom is what is happening. But in that, there is this constant sense of me. There's a constant sense. It's such an illusory thing that there's this constancy. It feels like a constancy. When that's no longer there, there is no consistency. Just the appearance of consistency, but something knows that isn't really true. Sorry, I'm gonna get a tissue. It's kind of cold in here. Yeah, that whole sense of the heaviness of the pressure of being a person is no longer there. No, the pressure to be something, the pressure to get somewhere. Hi, Ramona. I know, but you just all you have to remember is it's at 8:30. But I won't be doing it the night when I do the weekend talk in Brighton. That's the only time I'm not doing it. And I don't know where Christmas falls because I'll have my daughter here, so it depends when it falls. And this sense of self puts so much pressure on itself, measures itself. This thing in like non-duality circles, I mean, is your me still there? Or what's seen is that there isn't a me to be there or not, because there isn't a me. There's just this appearance claiming. Oh, I just had a little calendar reminder. Donnie, does it feel freer, or can you sometimes feel a bit lost, like there is nothing to hold on to and the sense of me disappears? I do see. Bit lost. No, there's no sense of being lost. There's just nothing to hold on to. There's nobody to hold on to it. That sense of being someone completely disappears. It's really, actually amazing. It's amazing. Not in a kind of, wow, I feel amazing. Not like that. More like a kind of, what the hell amazing. Like, oh my God, this is just ridiculous. Ridiculous. It's just a mystery. It's just a total unknown, unknowable. Not dry at all. Some speakers make it sound very dry. It's not dry. It's more like a what the fuck. And then there's just ordinary life as well happening. But you know, when it's sort of like talked about or speaking with someone, and there can be this kind of like excitement, you know, it's like, ah. Then, you know, then it's making a cup of tea. Josie, what does what is seen, becomes more dreamlike as opposed to solid and real? Yeah, it does. It does. Not like a dream as in, it's obviously still solid, but it has no kind of fixed position anymore. It's not, has no path. No path. There seems like a path because there's planning for things and trips and all that sort of stuff, but it's not, it's really obvious that it's kind of just unfurling. It's constantly unfurling in this. Oh, you're welcome, Donnie. Asking because it appeared here a few times as if there is a shift of position in the background. Don't know how to describe. Yeah, it's impossible to describe. An absolute shift of position, but utterly positionless. Utterly locationless. And it's completely impossible to describe, yeah. It can be very odd for a while. It's a bit bigger. Blind as a bat. There we go. Yeah, it can appear, it can suddenly be like that, like, oh, it's suddenly not there. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, suddenly that sense of a position, the sense of self is a position based primarily in the body with a fixed location in time and space. And when that's not there, that whole sense of location in time and space goes as well. Yeah, just like that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Kind of flip-flops around, you know? I see it a lot. See it a lot. So great. And when it's flip-flopping around like that, it can be quite a vulnerable time, actually. You know, some of the usual things I get asked when that's happening is like, is this right? Is this okay? Is this just asking for a bit of reassurance, you know? Because I remember here ringing Tony when that was happening, kind of really ringing for a bit of reassurance. It's just like, am I going insane? or what? And he was wonderful, of course. Josie, like it happens without control of me. Yeah, when it happens, it's the end of you. Even if it's for a split second, it's the end of you. You. Yeah. Has no control. Yeah. No sense of self doesn't have any control. A total illusion of control. It's always grasping for control so it can feel safe. Alexandra, does form is emptiness mean that all appearances are meaningless without purpose? Yes. Yes. All appearances are definitely meaningless and without purpose, except for within this story of the human. The appearance of purpose is within the appearance. It's within it. And there's nothing wrong with meaning and purpose. Like, you know, someone might have a purpose to help people or animals or something. It's a kind of a purpose. But it's within the appearance. It's part of the appearance. But overall, as far as it seems here, no meaning. If there was true meaning, it wouldn't end in the death of the body. Where would the meaning be at the end? Or the death of the me? Never had any meaning. For that person, it never has any meaning. Hi, Tracy. I've been getting so fed up of hearing this message and feeling the same old feelings, so frustrating. Yeah. Yeah. The me feels like it's never ending. To it, yes. But that's probably a story it's telling itself. I feel never ending. I feel never ending. I'm never gonna go away. I'm never gonna end. That's a story it tells itself. Yeah, this message to the sense of self can feel like a carrot being dangled in front of its face that it's never going to get, you know, like the carrot on the donkey. And it can get frustrated because it's really trying to like run towards the carrot and it'll never get it. The carrot of freedom. But that's what the sense of self does. It chases freedom and it gets frustrated because it can't catch it, and it will never catch it. But beside the sense of self, what is hearing this message is not that. What hears it is that which is already home. What hears it is just this happening to hear it. And that's a crazy appearance. I love that. Paul. Does the me fear its death so it tries to hang on? I would say so, yes. I worry that my relationships with my family would change. Is that the me hanging on? Yeah. I find here that my relationships with my family were way better. Way better. Nothing to prove to them anymore, you know? As a me is always trying to prove something or trying to fix something or trying to control something. When that's not there, here the family relationship was just, you know, easy. Yeah, the fear that things will change with the family is another me story. I worry that I will change. No, you don't. The me doesn't change. The me just goes away. Martin. Hi, Martin. Is life just life without the mental commentary? Yes, and also without the contracted sense. The mental commentary comes from the contracted sense of I am somebody living in this body. That's where the mental commentary comes from. Tracy, thankfully there's humour too. Yeah, for sure. Might as well, right? It is a laugh, isn't it? I mean, seriously. There can be so much laughter when it's seen that it was never real. It's just like, oh, God, it's just ridiculous. Paul, that can only be a good thing. Yeah, for sure. I found that my relations with family and daughter were massively improved. No, what's the no conflict? There can be conflict, of course, with humans, but not so much in the family. I guess I was easier to get on with, not so confrontational. Trying to have my own way. I remember my daughter came in one day, not long after the change happened, and she said, something's changed. Something's really changed. And she couldn't put a finger on it. It's like, yeah, there's been a change. Hi, CDD. Seems like the me has hidden stories as well as obvious ones. Like the me could be telling itself stuff without me knowing. Yeah, it's a complex thing, isn't it? It's just has kind of a subconscious. It's very deep. It's very deep. Very deep. But then again, it's nothing. It feels deep. Feels like I'll never root it out. But really, it's nothing. But to itself, it feels really like something. It's like I'll never end it. I'll never end. I'll go on forever being me. Tangerine, hi Tangerine. Muji says something about being vigilant to his very last breath, but who would be vigilant? Yeah, I don't know. I've heard him say that. Vigilant for what? I just don't even know what you'd be vigilant for. Vigilant what, that me doesn't come back? Well, it was like, it wasn't anything anyway. Vigilant. That's like, that sounds like a lot of hard work, being vigilant. That sounds like the awareness teaching. Being aware, vigilant, always staying aware. I have to stay aware. Well, aware is just a kind of disassociated sense of self. Trying not to become associated with itself again. It's another game it plays. Ramona, I don't know how to listen to you, but I just love listening and feeling pure joy when I hear you. P.S. I walked in the snow, saw two horses, pet them and cried for their beauty. I don't know. Yeah, well, life can be very beautiful and touch us deeply. Yeah, and what is heard in this message, when, even if, well, I don't listen to anybody now, but if I did, listen to Tony, for example, who is my favorite, what is hearing it cannot be pinpointed. It can't be pinpointed as me. There's just a sense of, this is kind of fresh nothing, this fresh openness where nothing can get hold of it. The beauty just hit me, I guess. Yeah. I get touched by things, by all kinds of really random stuff. Some stuff will make me well up with tears, and it's just something ridiculous. Not even anything beautiful, just something ridiculous. Yeah. Just the human. The human is the human can respond to beauty. Talking of other speakers, have you mentioned Tim Kliss in the past? I don't know if I have. I do know Tim though. Yeah. I think what is so relaxing, when it is relaxing about this message, is that it gives nothing to the me. Nothing. It totally goes through it. And it's left going, I can't find it, I'll never go, But it goes, so what hears it is almost behind the sense of self, or around it. I don't know, I'm trying to speaking metaphor here. But what loves this message is that there is a freedom that is sensed in it. It's just absolutely sensed in it, and yet it's absolutely untouchable. Because you hear it, and it's like, well, there's nothing to get hold of here, but something loves it. And even when they're speaking about it, I can't get hold of what I'm talking about, because I'm not talking about anything that can be got hold of. Just the life here, sitting here in this room, speaking. That is what I'm talking about. You can't touch it. Wow, 9:20. Jeez. Wonder if that's how you feel when you're about to die, in your deathbed. You think, wow, it's like, why is it gone? It's just gone, blip, gone. Yeah. Another no bullshit speaker and funny. Yeah. No, I know Tim. Have I been to one of his talks? Yes, I have. I have in Brighton. Yeah. Ramona, this whole message just brings bubbles. I don't really get it. No, that's the wonder, isn't it? I don't get it. But it's heard. Or why it doesn't matter anymore. It feels freeing. When I hear you, it seems more clear somehow that it's all happening. Yeah. Because what is hearing it is what is happening, and it's recognizing that it's just this, but it doesn't know what it is, and in that there's a sense of self trying to understand it. Yes, I feel that too, says Donnie. Yeah. Yeah, because it's felt, because it's the case. It's the case that all there is this. It's that's all there is. So it's heard because it's the case. Because you can't actually find anything else. There's nothing outside of here. Yeah, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. It's so free. It's too free for me. Too free. It's the freedom that we feel is home, but feel we've lost because there's been a searching for it. And the searching for it is covering over what we somehow know or sense to be free. CDD, your descriptions of this is right on. When I apply your descriptions to the glimpse I had, that's what it is exactly. Yeah, because it's absolutely innately this. So it's innately known. So it's known, but not known personally. And the freshness and the freedom is it in it is the fact that it's so free it just can't be touched or really known by somebody as a thing, as a subject. Alexandria, hearing this message really feels like remembering the freedom of a childhood. Yeah, yeah, because that's how it was, wasn't it? It was just what's happening. One thing, next thing, next thing, next thing, playing, eating, sleeping, crying, laughing, until eventually that sense of self-consciousness came in and something felt wrong. Something felt wrong. What I think felt wrong was that suddenly something was not free anymore. That sense of freedom was gone. That freedom was just gone. So we look for it again. And in childhood, we look for it in approval, trying to do our best at school, or rebelling like me, or whatever it is, whatever the appearance is. Then the child looks for this sense of completion again in appearances. And then it grows into a teenager where it just gets worse. And we grow into an adult and it's just like really contracted. And then eventually the whole system of the human just gets totally fed up with the whole show and feels like there's something really wrong here. And now I need to find out what that is, really find out what that is. So that goes into usually spiritual teachings first, or gurus, or self-improvement. And there's something there that knows the freedom is being congested by a sense of contraction. And then someone one day might listen to this message and go, yeah, that's what it is. It's an illusion of separation. The illusion that I am separate and I have to find completion again. Alexandra, but is that possible to earn a living after liberation? Haha, no. Keep your day job. I don't feel like working anymore. No, that's usually the way. Yeah, some people do, if they've got a real kind of vocation. I don't like working either. I don't earn any money from this. This is not a money earner. I get the odd donation. I'm accepting cryptocurrency donations. I'm trying to make some money from cryptocurrency, but it's a long-term plan. So no. I guess you could sign on or pretend to be sick and get some benefits or something. CDD, yeah, when you get reprimanded day in, day out, it really builds up protective me. Yeah, it really does. And then it really searching to kind of find its way home. What's missing? And eventually it just gets so stuck, become completely unconscious in a sense. It's just like, okay, now I'm just gonna just try and get the next car, the next job, the next thing, the next thing, the next thing. But there's always a sense that something's wrong. That's why it's always looking for the next thing all the time. Anarchy, said Joe. Yeah, this is total anarchy. What's been spoken of here is utter anarchy. All structures completely fall apart. The whole structure of the world totally falls apart into complete anarchy. Maybe that's why I was an anarchist as a teenager. Used to wear a big anarchy sign, spiky hair. Liberation of vegetarianism. Well, anarchy is way beyond that. Anarchy is absolute nothing, absolute freedom, absolute collapse of all the known. All the known is a construct built up over time. Okay, I've got 3 minutes. Like you can see in the small child when there's a sense of self starting to develop. You know, when the baby it just cries, wah, 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 wah. No kind of real, just cries. It's just what's happening, or just laughs or sleeps. And then it becomes like 2 or 3, and it cries, and it's like sneakily looks out the side of its eyes to see if its parents are looking. Wah. Looking, are they looking? Trying to get something. It's already started happening. Martin, the freedom is not of our doing, maybe. No, it's not of anybody's doing. The freedom already is. And in this freedom is the appearance of not freedom. And ironically, that is the life doing it as well. The life is doing everything. This is life's life. This is, I have no name for it. Some people say aliveness. I like that word, the life. It's life. And freedom is not, doesn't belong to anybody. There is only freedom, which is just this, which is just what's happening. CDD. Oh, thank you, Tangerine. Hopefully see you in 2 weeks, huh? My me wished it had an auto-destruct button. Yeah, but that's the story it has, you see. It wants it for itself. Yeah, it always has these stories about itself. But they are that sense of self is still aliveness. Aliveness appearing as the illusion of being somebody. Donnie, oh, thank you. I always feel joyful after listening to you, very clear and free. Oh, thank you. Thanks, guys. Oh, cheers. Cheers, guys. You know, these talks would not be fun for me if it wasn't for you guys. I'd run out of things to say after about 20 minutes. It's the interaction here that makes it so wonderful. Yeah, I'm very, very grateful, you know, that you interact with me and we can share this message of freedom, of nothing, of this, of sitting on a chair, sharing, sitting on a chair. Okay, guys, thank you so much. And I will be here next Sunday, but I won't be here the Sunday after. Okay, lots of love. Bye.